What if I told you that the biggest enemy of your future success isn't your boss, your bank account, or your background, but the way you feel when you wake up in the morning? Most people live their lives like a leaf in the wind. If they feel good, they work, and if they feel tired or sad, they stop. But there is a small group of people who have discovered a psychological secret that changes everything. They value their effort more than their feelings. This one shift in your mind can determine whether you build a life of freedom or a life of regret. Today we are going to look at the deep behavioral patterns of men who win, not because they're lucky, but because they have mastered the art of doing the work when their brain is screaming for them to quit. We will explore how this affects your relationships, your wealth, and your self-respect. By the end of this talk, you will understand why your feelings are often a lie designed to keep you small, and how choosing effort every day is the only way to reach unlimited success. Most people live by default. We live by design. If you are the person quietly dismantling old patterns to build a future that actually belongs to you, you've found your circle. We don't do victim here, we do vision. Subscribe to sharpen your awareness. Leave a comment and bring your insight to the table. No noise, no ego, just the blueprint for a stronger mind. Let's get to work. To understand why some people succeed while others stay stuck, we have to look at how the human brain works. Our brains were built for survival, not for success. Thousands of years ago, your brain wanted you to save energy, avoid risks, and stay comfortable so you wouldn't get hurt or starve. Today, that same brain is still trying to keep you safe by making you feel tired or bored when you try to do something hard. This is the feelings trap. When you say, "I don't feel like going to the gym," or "I don't feel like working on my business," that is just your old survival brain trying to keep you in a state of comfort. Successful people understand that feelings are temporary. A feeling is like the weather. It changes every hour. But effort is like a brick. When you put down a brick of effort today, it is still there tomorrow. If you keep putting down bricks, regardless of whether it's sunny or raining, you eventually build a house. People who value their feelings over their effort never build anything because they stop every time the weather in their mind changes. In relationship psychology, we see the same pattern. People who only show love when they feel like it often have broken marriages, but those who value the effort of being a good partner, even when they are annoyed or tired, build strong and lasting connections. Let's look at the story of a man named Robert. Robert was very talented. He had great ideas for a new company and was naturally good at talking to people. However, Robert lived by his feelings. If he woke up feeling excited, he would work for 12 hours, but if he woke up feeling a little down, he would stay in bed and watch videos all day. He told himself he was waiting for inspiration. In his relationships, he was the same way. When things were new and exciting, he was a great boyfriend, but as soon as the feeling of excitement faded, he stopped trying. He stopped taking his partner on dates and started complaining that the spark was gone. Because Robert valued his feelings more than his effort, his business failed before it started, and his partner eventually left him for someone more stable. Robert's life became a cycle of starting and stopping. He had all the talent in the world, but because he couldn't control his own mind, he ended up with nothing. He made the mistake of thinking that success is about how you feel, when it is actually about what you do. Psychologically, this is related to something called delayed gratification. This means being able to wait for a big reward instead of taking a small reward right now. Your feelings always want the small reward right now, like sleeping in or eating junk food. Your effort is what leads to the big reward later, like a strong body or a successful career. When a man values his effort, he is telling his brain, "I am in charge, not my emotions." This creates a deep sense of internal power. Observations show that when a man has this internal power, he becomes much more attractive to others. People want to follow a leader who is consistent. Women feel safe with a man who is reliable. If you are only a good man when you feel like it, nobody can trust you. Another behavioral pattern we see is the motivation myth. Many people think they need to feel motivated before they can start working, but the truth is actually the opposite. Action creates motivation. When you put in the effort, even when you feel tired, your brain sees that you are making progress. That progress then releases chemicals that make you feel better. Effort is the engine that starts the car of motivation. If you wait for the car to start moving by itself, you will be waiting forever. Men who reach unlimited success don't wait for motivation. They show up, they do the work, and they let the feelings catch up later. In relationships, valuing effort over feelings is the secret to long-term peace. There will be days when you don't feel like being patient. There will be days when you don't feel like listening to your partner's problems. If you follow those feelings, you will act cold or angry. But if you value the effort of being a high-value man, you choose to act with respect and kindness anyway. This is not being fake, it is being disciplined. It is deciding that your character is more important than your mood. We also have to look at how this affects self-esteem. Every time you follow your feelings and skip the work, you are sending a message to yourself. You are telling yourself, I am not a person who keeps promises. This slowly destroys your confidence. But every time you do the work when you don't want to, you prove to yourself that you are strong. You build a reputation with yourself. This internal reputation is where real confidence comes from. It doesn't come from what other people say about you. It comes from knowing that you have to discipline to do what needs to be done. Many men get stuck because they compare their inside to everyone else's outside. You might see a successful man and think, he must always feel motivated. He must always wake up happy. But observation shows us that the most successful people in the world often feel the same laziness and fear that everyone else feels. The only difference is that they don't give those feelings a seat at the table. They acknowledge the feeling and then they get to work anyway. They have a standard for their effort that does not change based on their emotions. When you start to value effort over feelings, you also stop being a victim of your circumstances. If you lose your job, your feelings might tell you to give up and feel sorry for yourself. But your effort tells you to update your resume and start calling people. Feelings look at the problem, effort looks for the solution. In relationship psychology, when a couple hits a hard time, the ones who follow their feelings often break up because it doesn't feel right anymore. The ones who value effort stay together and fix the patterns because they committed to the work of the relationship. Think about the most successful person you know. Do they seem like they are controlled by their moods? Usually the answer is no. They are steady. This steadiness is a result of valuing the process more than the emotional high. If you want unlimited success, you have to become a man who can be trusted by himself. You have to get to a point where if you tell yourself you are going to do something, it is already as good as done. Your feelings are irrelevant to the outcome. This shift also helps you handle rejection better. When you value your feelings, a rejection feels like a personal attack. It makes you want to hide. But when you value your effort, a rejection is just data. It tells you that you need to change your strategy or work harder. It doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means the current effort wasn't enough yet. This keeps you in the game longer than anyone else. And in life, the person who stays in the game longest usually wins. If you are currently feeling stuck, ask yourself, am I waiting for a feeling to save me? If the answer is yes, you are in a dangerous position. No feeling is coming to save you. Only your own effort can change your life. You have to start small. You don't have to change everything in one day. You just have to pick one thing and do it regardless of how you feel. Maybe it's waking up at a certain time, or reading for 20 minutes, or being extra kind to your spouse. When you master the small efforts, the big successes become unavoidable. In the world of psychology, we call this self-regulation. It is the ability to manage your emotional state so you can reach your goals. People with high self-regulation are almost always more successful in their careers and their marriages. They don't let a bad mood ruin their day or a small argument ruin their relationship. They see the big picture. They know that a life built on effort is a life built on solid ground, while a life built on feelings is a life built on sand. We have talked about how your brain tries to trick you into staying comfortable. Now we need to talk about how you can actually reprogram that brain to love the process of working hard. The secret to unlimited success is not just doing the work. It is learning to find a deep sense of satisfaction in the effort itself. It is in your control, but your effort is always in your control. In relationship psychology, this is the difference between a man who is chasing a woman and the man who is building himself. A man who chases is acting on a feeling of need. A man who builds is acting on a standard of effort. One is always stressed. The other is always growing. When you value your effort, you don't wait for life to give you permission to be great. You take that greatness by showing up every single day, especially on the days when you feel like doing nothing at all. Most people watch to be entertained. You're likely here to be informed. This channel is a space for those who hold themselves to a higher standard of logic. If that resonates, subscribe and join a community that values deep psychology over cheap drama. I want to see your perspective in the comments. This is a place for data and dialogue, not judgment. If you're ready for the truth, stay tuned. Let's look at the story of a woman named Lily. Lily was in a marriage that was falling apart. She felt unloved and ignored. Her feelings told her to be mean back to her husband or to look for attention from other men online. For a while, she followed those feelings. She stayed in bed all day. She stopped taking care of the house, and she argued constantly. But then, Lily realized that her feelings were making her a person she didn't like. She decided to value her effort as a wife and as a woman over her hurt feelings. Lily started small. Even though she didn't feel like it, she started cooking healthy meals again. She started exercising to clear her mind. When her husband was cold, she didn't react with anger. She stayed calm and respectful. She wasn't doing this to save him. She was doing it to save her own self-respect. Something amazing happened. Because Lily stopped being a slave to her emotions, she became a leader in the home. Her husband saw her strength and consistency. He started to mirror her behavior. By valuing her effort over her feelings, Lily transformed herself, and in turn, she transformed her marriage. She learned that you can't always control how someone else treats you, but you can always control the effort you put into being the best version of yourself. This story shows us the power of emotional leadership. In any relationship or business, the person who is most consistent usually wins. If you are a man, your family and your team are looking to see if you will break when things get hard. If you break because your feelings are hurt, you lose their respect. But if you hold the line and keep putting in the effort, you build an empire of trust. Observations of human behavior show that we are naturally drawn to people who are anchored. An anchored person isn't moved by the waves of emotion. They stay in place because of their discipline. We also need to understand the 1% rule. This is a psychological observation that small efforts repeated over a long time create massive results. If you improve your effort by just 1% every day, you will be 37 times better by the end of a year. But feelings don't understand 1%. Feelings want 100% success right now, or they want to quit. This is why people who follow their feelings never reach the compounding interest phase of success. They quit in the second month because they don't feel like they are winning yet. But the man who values effort doesn't care if he's winning today. He only cares if he did his 1% today. Another important pattern is decision fatigue. This happens when you have to use your willpower to make choices all day. If you have to decide to work every morning, you will eventually run out of energy and follow your feelings. Successful men remove the choice. They create habits. A habit is just an effort that has become automatic. When your work becomes a habit, your feelings no longer have a vote. You don't decide to brush your teeth, you just do it. You must make your success-seeking efforts as automatic as brushing your teeth. In the world of relationships, valuing effort means choosing to be present. Many men are physically there, but their minds are on their phones or their worries. Their feelings are telling them to escape. But a man of value puts in the effort to put the phone away and look his partner in the eye. He understands that a relationship is a living thing that needs the water of attention to grow. If you only water a plant when you feel like it, the plant will die. Consistency is the only thing that keeps love alive over decades. We must also talk about the pain threshold. Every great achievement is on the other side of a certain amount of pain. This could be the pain of a hard workout, the pain of a long night of studying, or the emotional pain of a difficult conversation. Feelings are designed to make you run away from pain, but effort is the tool that carries you through it. When you value your effort, you start to see pain as a sign that you are getting closer to the goal. You stop seeing it as a stop sign and start seeing it as a keep going sign. There is a deep psychological connection between effort and meaning. Humans are not designed to be happy when we are idle. We are designed to find meaning through struggle and achievement. When you follow your feelings and take the easy road, you often feel empty and depressed. But when you put in a hard day of effort, even if you are tired, you feel a sense of peace. This is because you are living in alignment with your true nature. You were built to work, to provide, and to build. If you are a man who has been struggling with consistency, stop looking for a new hack or a new secret. The secret is that there is no secret. There is only the work. You have to be willing to be bored. You have to be willing to be tired. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. Your feelings will try to talk you out of all of these things. They will tell you that you are working too hard or that you deserve a break. But the man who values his effort knows that the only thing he deserves is the result of the work he actually finished. This mindset also protects you from the opinions of others. When you value your feelings, you care deeply about what people think because their criticism makes you feel bad. But when you value your effort, you only care about whether you've stayed true to your standards. If you did the work and someone still dislikes you, it doesn't matter. You have the internal data that proves your worth. You no longer need external validation because you have internal verification. As you go through your week, try to catch yourself when you are about to make a decision based on a feeling. If you are about to skip a workout, or be short with your wife, or delay a project, ask yourself, am I valuing my feelings right now or my effort? Usually, that one question is enough to wake you up. It reminds you of the man you are trying to become. It reminds you that the unlimited success you want is waiting for the version of you that doesn't quit. The world is full of people who are waiting for the right time. They are waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, or waiting to feel motivated. But the man who values effort knows that the right time is a myth. The only time that exists is now, and the only thing that matters is the effort you put into this moment. When you master this, you don't just achieve success, you become success. You become the kind of person who can enter any room, face any challenge, and handle any relationship with strength and dignity. Your effort is your signature on the world. It is the one thing no one can take away from you. People can take your money, they can leave your life, and they can try to ruin your reputation, but they cannot take the discipline you built in the dark when no one was watching. That discipline is your true wealth. It is the foundation of your unlimited success. Keep pushing, keep building, and never let a temporary feeling stop a permanent goal. Staying until the end isn't just about finishing a video. It's about refusing to look away from the truth. I appreciate you being here for the full conversation. It shows you're ready to apply what you learn rather than just hearing it. Subscribe to lock in this standard for yourself. We're building a community where boundaries and self-respect are the baseline, not the exception. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm looking forward to reading your take. Keep challenging the narrative. I'll see you in the next one.